we turn now to our Lisa Desjardins in Wilmington, Delaware, and to Yamiche Alcindor. Hello to both of you. So, Lisa, last night the Democrats held this unprecedented virtual convention. They made history, and now we know something about how many people were watching.
That's right, Judy. The Nielsen television ratings came out. About 18.7 million Americans watched through the traditional broadcast method, their TV set. That is significantly less than this night in 2016. However, Judy, I just got off the phone with the Biden campaign, and they told me they now have the numbers in from digital streaming. 10 million people watched through Democratic streaming platforms, and that doesn't include things like PBS NewsHour streaming site, which we know many people are watching on. So if you add those numbers up, Judy, we're talking about 28.9 million people at least who watched last night, and that is slightly more than 2016.
So, Lisa, tell us about tonight. What is known at this point about what we're going to see?
Well, as Amna indicated, tonight we have party business. We're getting down to the business of selecting the nominee, voting in the nominee. I think it's going to be fascinating because, Judy, you will have 57 delegations, that's all of the states and all of the territories, and including Democrats abroad, which will each ring in with their votes in a short amount of time in this shortened convention. So it'll be fascinating to see how much material each of these delegations can get out about their state in a few seconds. Also, Judy, the keynote speakers, this is something I'm interested to see. 17 keynote speakers. How are they doing that? The miracle of video. Our understanding is that that will be a presentation of all of these speakers together in one video, ending with Stacey Abrams of Georgia.
And Lisa, what about the other marquee speakers tonight?
Yeah, there's a lot to watch for tonight. There are several of the party elders. John Kerry, we're expected that he would hit the national security theme that we will hear about tonight. Also, two of the three living Democratic presidents, that's Jimmy Carter, as Amna mentioned, and Bill Clinton. A note, Judy, that Bill Clinton is not without controversy in this party. Many women's groups and others believe that he mishandled Monica Lewinsky. He was not appropriate in how he dealt with that and how he acted. Some people don't want to see him on this stage, but when you talk to officials involved, they say he is a former president. He will be speaking tonight. And of course, Jill Biden, the wife of former Vice President Biden, probably his closest advisor, she will be speaking from a classroom, I'm told, here in Delaware, where she taught in the past.
All right.
On one other note, Judy, I have some news. One other really quick thing. This parking lot behind me is going to be a drive-in on Thursday. I was able to learn. So there will be a human element to this convention here in Wilmington. People can drive up. They'll be able to watch the Vice President's Thursday night speech right here. Should be some kind of event, at least for this lonely parking lot.
Some kind of a big screen, just like the old drive-in movie theater.
Very.
Yamiche, let's turn to this controversy we've all been watching this week, and that is the president's continued criticism of the Postal Service. Today, the Postal Service announcing some changes. What do we know about that?
What we know is that the Postmaster General, Louis DeJoy, he's an ally of the president and a donor to President Trump. He is now backtracking, and he said he's going to be postponing some of the changes that he was planning to do immediately. So some of those changes include cutting overtime hours, removing mail sorting machines, as well as removing public collection boxes. This comes as at least 20 Democratic attorney generals were preparing to file a federal lawsuit against the Postal Service for some of those changes. Also, this comes as the Postmaster General is supposed to be coming before Congress to answer some pointed questions on the policy changes. All of this happens. We already know what's happened, which is that there are public collection boxes that have already been removed in several states, including battleground states like Pennsylvania, Ohio, Arizona, where the president is today as he continues to crisscross the country talking about Joe Biden and attacking him. And this is all coming as the president continues to say that he does not want to see a mass mail-in voting. Critics of the president say a lot of these changes were made to stifle the mail-in vote, to really try to slow down mail-in voting to try to benefit the president. But the president is now saying that he wants to give the resources to the Postal Service that they need, including, it sounds like, billions of dollars. Democrats are requesting at least $25 billion for the Postal Service. They say that's what people need, and that's what they've been told the Postal Service needs. The president, though, says he wants to work with them, but isn't quite sure what the actual number is going to turn into, so we'll have to watch this space. It's also very questionable what has already happened and what damage has already been done. Those are also big questions that we're going to keep watching.
A lot of questions. You're right, Yamiche, watch this space, but it does sound like there may have been a change of view on the part of the administration, but we will see. Yamiche Alcindor, Lisa Desjardins, thank you both. We'll be talking to you throughout the night.